This is my match footage from the February 2020 two-gun action challenge match at Fairfax Run Gun Club. For the first stage, you're 25 yards away from a mini IPSC target, standing on one side of that ladder prop. Take one shot at the target, throw the kettlebell over the prop, take another shot at the target, throw the kettlebell back, do that a total of 10 times.
Come here, you.
All right, shooter's finished. Unload and show clear.
You ready?
For stage 2, we start 50 yards from the targets. First part of the stage is spin the spinner with your rifle. Unload and show clear to the RO. Once clear, move downrange to 20 yards from the spinner and spin the spinner with your pistol. I'm getting ready to shoot the Woodland Brutality match, shooting in the Cold War division. So I mounted a Repro 4X optic on top of my Colt 605 and did pretty well.
Is it over?
Yep.
Unload and show clear. Clear, slide forward, hold the trigger.
Yep.
Holster.
This stage turned out to be way more difficult than it looked on paper, and for everybody who shot this match, I sincerely apologize. You start by moving the kettlebell to the opposite hula hoop. Come to the VTAC barricade. There's a mini IPSC target at 100 yards, and you have to engage that target with one hit from each of the 9 ports on the VTAC barricade. Once you make all 9 hits, ground your rifle, go move the kettlebell back to the starting hula hoop, come back to the VTAC barricade, and engage a full-size IPSC target at 200 yards from each of the 9 ports. On paper, this seemed pretty simple and straightforward, but in execution, it turned out to be extremely challenging, mostly from the standpoint that most of our shooters aren't that experienced engaging through all of these smaller angled ports on a VTAC barricade. The other element to this stage is your first magazine started downloaded to 9, and as I run dry here, I reach for my magazine on my belt, grabbed a pistol magazine instead, tossed it to the ground, and in our matches, magazines that have ammo in them that are discarded, if you don't retrieve them before the last shot, it's a penalty. I had intended to pick it up when I went to go get the kettlebell, but I parred out. I was having a really hard time finding the reticle in the scope in this position. Hopefully that will get better with more practice.
Shit!
Time! Straight. You didn't do that one. Yeah, well down.
All right. All right, range is clear.
And for the last stage is the Casarda drill in its classic iteration. I continue to struggle with this stage. I'm getting better throwing the heavier kettlebell. My big problem or challenge is my knees are shot, and so getting up from prone is a very difficult thing for me, and that's the time suck.
Oh, you son of a...
You can see here I'm really struggling to get back up from prone. I just don't know what to do about that, if there's anything I can do about that. The weather was great. We had everybody show up for the match. Everybody struggled through stage 3, and in the end I finished better than I expected, shooting an optic I've never shot on the clock before. I hope to see you in the future for more match coverage.